Hello. In a previous video, I explained some of the flaws with charities. So in this video, we're going to look at a good one. For my example today, I've chosen the Food Bank of Northwest Indiana. To start, this food bank is a 501c3 non-religious charitable organization. That alone tells you quite a bit. For one, since it's non-religious, they're required to submit a Form 990 to the IRS, which is then made public. This form lets us know how much money they get and where it goes. Websites like Charity Watch and Charity Navigator use this form to grade charities. The government uses this form to help determine who gets a tax-exempt status, and you can use them to make sure that most of your money is used in the way you want. This level of oversight helps ensure they use your money appropriately, unlike other organizations. Given that money is the root of most evil, we'll start there. Luckily, I have a copy of the food bank's Form 990 to help us with this endeavor. From the first page alone, we can see that the food bank raised $11,134,243 in 2018. And of that, $988,131 went to providing their 32 employees with salaries, benefits, and other compensations. Up front, that seems like a lot of money, but if you divide it by 32 and feed it through a salary to dollars per hour formula, you get $14.85 as the average pay per person. It's definitely a living wage, but no one's getting rich off your donations. Also, if you consider the fact that all these people do jobs vital for a food bank's operation, such as warehouse work, transporting food, volunteer coordinating, and the ever-important administrative paperwork, you could argue that they're certainly worth more than they're paid. In fact, most would make more money at a for-profit organization. So, the food bank spends around 76% of their revenue on just food, and around 9% on workers. Then how much are they spending on the double-edged sword known as advertising and fundraising? Surprisingly, not that much. The food bank has spent less than 2% of their annual revenue on getting their name out there. They're certainly not paying me to make this video. If you want to take a deeper look at the food bank spending, they have independently audited financial reports to track how every dollar they earn is spent. A link to that is down below in the description. I guess we can say the food bank's financials are above board, as far as Northwest Indiana is concerned. But how well conceived are their goals, and how applicable are their efforts? Surprisingly watertight, given the fact that the goal of a business is to stay relevant and profitable, while the goal of a charity is to lower its relevance. On that note, let's weigh the Northwest Indiana Food Bank against the scale set forth on my previous video about the flaws with charities. Area 1. The food bank's goal is fighting hunger in Northwest Indiana. Turning money into food and passing it out for free is a strong start, but overall it's a weak attempt at a solution. Fortunately, the food bank doesn't stop there. Their retail rescue program goes to stores and restaurants to take food destined for dumpsters and distribute that to those in need. And on top of that, one of their plans for the near future involves teaching people basic job skills so they'll be able to provide for themselves. I'd say they're moving in the right direction. Area 2. The food bank spends less than 2% of their money on marketing. So that's a good start, but also worthy of noting is the fact that the Northwest Indiana Food Bank and food banks around the country are working with Feeding America so they can more effectively fight hunger without having to fight each other for resources. That pretty much embodies the entire argument of the second point of my previous video. Area 3. Now this one is simple. The financial data from earlier clearly shows the food bank is putting your donations to good use, and their transparency is also a good sign. Long story short, this is an example of a good charity that is working to earn your donations and better its community. You don't have to take my word for it. All these documents are publicly available, and all of my resources are in the description below. Do your research, support a worthwhile charity, and thanks for watching.